Hey guys, what's up? Got the internal review today of the GR16 Plastica series. Now originally I thought I wasn't going to do an internal review on this gun, but I was switching out the body from a plastic body to a metal body, and I'm like, you know what, I might as well. It's not going to take that long. Now if you want to check out the review of the gun, you can check in the video description. It should be right there. These two videos should be up sometime close to each other. And one thing I'd like to mention about the gearbox, and this is the same thing in the combat machine gearbox that I worked on, is G&G puts their screws on the opposite side of the gearbox. So when you're going to take this gun apart, when you take out the screws, don't lift it up like this. When you take out the screws, flip the gearbox around and then lift it up like your standard version 2 gearbox. Like I said, this is the first time I've cracked this thing open. No modifications. First time I'm going to try and open it up, and hopefully I can get it without a tool. Most of the time when you open up gearboxes for the first time, they are a little bit stiff. Here, I'll just use this thing. Propane adapter. You know, just, use anything you can get in there to kind of pry the gearbox open to get it started. And then once you get it started, it's a pretty simple affair. Hopefully this won't blow up on me. I know I don't really have good luck with that. Most of the gearboxes tend to do that anyway. There we go. And there's the tap plate and the spring. Alright, so. Okay. Well, let's look at the upper assembly first. We have a metal spring guide. It is a version 2. No bearings. It's greased up, not overly greased at all. We have the spring here, which is irregularly pitched. It's probably like an M110, M100, somewhere around there. Give it a good FPS and rate of fire. Here's the piston, standard on all G&Gs. They're a little bit thicker overall. They weigh a bit. It's got G&G's ported design. The O-ring on here is pretty lubed up. Teeth are all polycarb. Last tooth is removed. Like I said, this is a brand new gun, so there's not a lot of damage on here, and I don't really expect it because it's of G&G quality. Let's take a look at the upper assembly here. You have to bear with me, I am getting a cold right now. So the upper assembly here, you got standard G&G tappet plate. It's pretty hard, not very flexible. Very good. The air nozzle, standard version 2 design. There is no O-ring in here, so there might be an air leak. We'll check that now. With the piston. So as you can see, it's a below average compression, I'd say, and that's probably where this gun fails at, is compression wise, so you could take some steps to improve that. Polycarb piston head does have a nice damper, and it has one little O-ring for compression. The inner part of the cylinder is looped up a lot, so that's good. Now let's take a look at the gears here. G&G, so we got bushings coming out. These are indeed, this is an 8mm bushing brass gearbox, just so you know. Get the anti-reverse latch out of there as well. So here's G&G's steel gears. G&G makes a great gear set. You really can't go wrong. It also looks like there aren't very many shims in here. There's none on the bevel gear. Sector gear, there's one. Standard, G&G sector gear. No sector chip. And then we have one on the top. Is that? And one shim below the spur gear. So yeah, standard G&G Proline gearbox. You got their brass bushings, 2 shims in this gearbox. The wiring in here is great. You have a metal safety latch, metal cutoff lever. Trigger contacts are what we've come to expect from G&G. You have the brass connector and then the silver plated trigger. One thing that's really nice about G&G guns is when you shoot them, you get more of a definitive click instead of most guns where you can just keep pulling it back and it'll eventually go. With this, you know, you pull it back, you get a nice click, and you know that's when it's going to fire. Gearbox shell, you know, standard G&G cast or something, aluminum. It doesn't look like there's much reinforcement, but I've never had a gearbox shell crack on me, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. But yeah, other than that, that's just, you know, a brief little overview and showing you the parts of the G&G Proline gearbox.